Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a bonus tarot oracle reading. This is for the full moon and Mercury on June 29th. This, Aries, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Aries, we all have a little bit of Aries in us somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, what house is Aries in? That could give you further information about what's going on here now. Also, this is a timely reading, so if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. But having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, take a look at what was going on back then, because it could give you further clarity as to your situation now. We do have, for the underlying energy for the entire reading, we have the Magician. So the Magician is talking about an energetic upgrade coming your way. The Magician he is pointing as above, so below. And what he is saying is you can take your thoughts and create a beautiful garden, a beautiful life on planet Earth. You have 100% infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond. All you have to do is use the tools. They're all here for you. You need to learn how to use them and which tool is the best one to apply to any given situation. You may have noticed if you've ever looked after a garden, that if you leave the tools laying around in the yard, they don't get up and do the work for you, unfortunately. And then we have the Four of Cups. So the Cups in Tarot, this is for... This card here is for your internal forces, the underlying energy for your internal forces. And internal forces come from within you. You do have control over the internal forces. How are you going to react to the external forces? Are you going to react or are you going to respond? And so it's always better to respond. And we have... the Four of Cups so this is talking about being disappointed in love. That's what the cups in tarot represent, love. Sometimes, quite often, it's romantic love, but it can also be love of anyone or anything. It could even be something you love to do or something you love to be. So this energy of disappointment in love, we did have on June 9th, we had what a lot of astrologers were referring to as the luckiest day of the year, because Venus, which rules over love, and Jupiter, which is the most generous and fortunate planet, got together for June 9th. They were right on top of each other there in the house of Cancer. And so this energy, they considered to be the luckiest day of the year for love and money. And some even were saying for the decade. It had been, I think, 30 some years since we've had that same energy. And so now that energy is still in the background here. And if whether you were aware of that or not, that day was considered to be a very lucky day for love and money in the house of Cancer. And because the full moon is now in the house of Cancer, I feel that it could make quite a big difference. We have the energy, and this card is talking about being disappointed in love. So if this is romantic love, this could sometimes represent a third-party energy. We have 3 cups here, and there could have been some problem in the relationship that way. There also could be, you could have given someone 3 chances, and this could be, anyone. This could be romantic, someone in your family, friends. It could be a business partner, whatever, and they have failed you 3 times. You've been disappointed 3 times. They're asking you to give them one more chance, and you're saying, no way, I've had 3 strikes, you're out, I'm done. And this also could be talking about doing your best to move forward with a project 3 different times and it not working, or maybe 3 different relationships in love, or this could represent 3 different people that you have had problems with, that sort of thing, that you're disappointed in love in general or specifically. You would know. We do have the Lovers card here. So for this reading, a lot of it could be from lovers, but this is saying I feel this is, you know, the internal forces. This is how you're feeling right now. Like you are a lover, that you deserve love. The sun is shining on it. These two lovers with the cloud in between represent someone that you probably have not met, or at least someone that you have not had a relationship with, like with a significant other. So definitely, if you're looking for love, this first card is saying this is your self-image. So you might be looking for love, Aries, at this time, and there's a possibility of someone coming in, or maybe someone just has, after being disappointed in love. We do have the underlying energy as an energetic upgrade, so that is more than possible, and that energy from June 9th is still lingering. So I'm noticing it in the readings still. So, you know, it's something that's moving forward. And we do have the moon energy here showing up. So we have quite a lot of moon energy. The moon represents hidden illusions. It's talking about secrets maybe coming out, maybe from the past. This is saying that, like, this lobster is wanting to stay on his path in between these two pillars. But he's feeling like, man, I feel so vulnerable. There's this dog and a wolf howling away at the moon here. And somehow or other, I have to get past here. And so he's trying to figure out, okay, when's the best time to make my move? And we do have the full moon and the new moon and the sun all in the background. We did have an eclipse season. On February 17th, we had a lunar eclipse, and then we had a solar eclipse on the 3rd of March. And that energy is still lingering with us. I describe that as potpourri on the back burner of the stove. It's there, bubbling away. You notice it slightly, but you don't really, it's not the most prominent thing right now. But the energy is there. And that's because eclipse season, what happens in eclipse season generally is in the background for about 6 months after. So I always recommend for eclipse season to write down points of what you would like to achieve, like where you're going, what are you wanting, what are you working on. It doesn't have to be long and complicated, but just in point form. I want to have this much, make it specific. The more specific you make it, the more likely you are to follow through with your actions. And when you look back mid-August, you may find, I just put it away after that, and in mid-August pull it back out. It'll be 6 months later. You may be shocked at how much of that you really have managed to achieve. And the thing is, when you're doing that list, make it specific, but say if I want to make $100,000 in the next 6 months, or more, always give the universe room to give you more than what you think. Quite often we underrate ourselves. So always leave an opening. It doesn't, you want to leave expectations create limitations. So if you insist that the universe supply you with something exactly in the way that you want it, you're less likely to get it. There's hidden illusions and secrets around, and sometimes that can have a huge effect on the outcome. But it could be better than we could have ever thought of for ourselves. So the domestic dog and the wolf represent an energy of being your domestic side and your, more public image. And that's exactly what this full moon is about. It's about achievements in your home life, in your domestic life, wanting that to be solid. But opposing your sign is Capricorn. Whatever the sign across the wheel from you is, that opposing energy is going to have a big, strong effect on you. And of course, that energy for Capricorn is your public image and achievements in business and, in society, basically. So this is about balancing those two out. And this is about your ability to have abundance. So you're looking for love, it looks like. Oh, and you want that abundance, and both in your home life. So you are focusing on both career and having love in your family, or in your life. And we have the Hermit here. The Hermit is talking about, you know, having a dark night of the soul. So when you got disappointed in love, it could have been, you know, hit you pretty hard. And maybe what happened, and if you haven't, this is a good idea to do so. The Hermit climbs a mountain. You don't have to climb a mountain, but it's to isolate for a while, so that you can get an idea of, through meditation and prayer, of what your next steps should be, so that you can be the strongest version of yourself moving forward. And when the Hermit's lantern is full of the energy of the North Star, that's when it shines light on his rod. And okay, now I'm ready to come down from the mountain and take action, after having some meditation and prayer and asking the Most High for advice. What do I do now after being through this? And then we have this energy. This is in early communication as well. So you may have always been someone that meditates, prays, or been taught that when you were young, or this could be something, you know, that you started doing that you've learned on your own. But this is talking about communication. And remember, on the full moon, we're also going to have Mercury go retrograde. And when Mercury goes retrograde, what it really means is that from the point of view of the Earth, it appears to be moving backwards. And communication does quite often go awry, and communication is quite often off during a full moon anyway, and emotions are high. So just keeping that in mind, that this was the best thing that you can do, is go inward like this, and really, especially if you've had a serious breakup, and it has really, you know, shaken your foundation. That's what the dark night of the soul is. And to move forward, this is talking about, especially if it's a relationship in love, you want to make sure that you're healed from that before moving forward, and so that you give yourself the time to come out of that energy before attracting someone who would otherwise probably be in the same energy. You want to move into an energy higher than where you were before. And so this is about choosing, you know, the Lover's card does not necessarily have to be about lovers. It can be about who you choose to have in your life. So for those of you who aren't looking for love necessarily, you already have love. This could be an upgrade where you have an improvement in communication with your partner if you put some effort into it. And you know, if it's for a business partner, family members, etc., it's the same sort of energy. And then we have the Chariot coming in. The Chariot is saying you're back on course, you're on your destined path. The Chariot, you notice that this person doesn't have reins. There's no need for reins. The two Sphinxes are going to carry you exactly where you need to go, because you're on your designated path, you're on your destined path, and you've asked for, you've communicated with God and the Holy Spirit, and asked for guidance from the universe. So pay attention to your intuition. That's the thing about the full moon and the new moon. We're highly intuitive at that time. Pay attention to your dreams and, you know, little aha moments that you get. And so this is saying, you know, there's no reins because this is God's path and you're on it. This is like a tank, boom, 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 moving forward. So when it's happening on the spiritual realm, it means it's also happening in the physical. Now you can see this person is leaving the city behind. So sometimes that could mean that you're making a change in your life, or you're contemplating that, a significant one, like maybe moving. Sometimes this can represent even traveling, or wanting to purchase a new vehicle, that sort of energy. So just keep, you know, this is about in your, this is in the Cancer energy. So this is saying basically you are after doing this meditation and prayer and looking at this situation, you have made some decisions and you are moving forward, and you're moving forward with strength. So congratulations on that. You want this to be an energetic upgrade. Now, this is an interesting card to come up after this. This is talking about your creativity, your romance, and children. So this could be about your children, or you want to have children, romance, you know, your significant other. If did you stay with them? Did you leave? It looks like you chose to move on, and maybe someone new is in your life right now, or that could be about to happen, because we do have the Wheel of Fortune next. So this is talking about getting on the spiritual realm. The Wheel of Fortune will be about bringing this energy that's in between into the 3D. So the Ten of Wands is representing, the wands in tarot represent the element of fire. And it's talking about the wands are made of wood, and so wood does fuel fire. And it's also talking about taking passionate action. So the energy is, you know, when you plant seeds and they grow into these wands, it's about your actions. When you take action, that's planted, and then what grows out of it. And this energy is saying that, you know, you're coming home with your harvest now, and it's a heavy load. And this person, you know, if you've ever heard the saying, you know, you can't see the forest because of the trees. That's talking about when you are so focused on the details that you can't see the big picture anymore. So this person is wanting to bring this harvest home, but he's like really getting slowed down and feeling like this is way too heavy. Now, with any luck here, considering that we had that day on June 9th and this Cancer energy, that you would have, this is heavy because it's heavy with the fruits of your labor, and this is a huge harvest coming in for you. And this can be talking about also, though, that you're carrying other people's burdens. So you might be carrying the actions of other people, and it's burdening you down, weighing you down, and you need to put that down. When this energy and the Wheel of Fortune are about to turn, it's talking about karma coming in, and karma is about to hit. Now, karma is not punishment like a lot of people feel. What it is cause and effect from your actions or your inactions. So you could have direct karma from something that you specifically did or did not do. So it's about taking action or not taking action that causes suffering to others, and not doing anything about it. Then this can also be indirect. It could be something that your ancestors had leftover business, or your descendants have caused some sort of karma. This can also talk about you know, associates, like people that you do business with, friends, extended family, all your significant other, all of those energies. You could end up suffering their karma along with them because you're associated with them. And then there's also the karmic spaces, which every one of us can fall into very easily. So this is saying, if you have any burdens that you're carrying for other people, put them down out in the field there, put them down, because this person can't see how close he is to home. And it's almost like he's going to fall over. So to be able to get this home, put down, that's the number one thing. If you're carrying burdens from other people's actions and you know it, lay them out in the field. You could phone them up later when you get home and say, hey, come and pick up your burdens. They're out in the field. You don't have to, they're not going to be happy about it more than likely, because, you know, some people like to have other people carry their burdens for them, or maybe don't even recognize it's there because you've been doing it for them, which quite often can happen with the people that we love. We tend to carry burdens for them, especially our spouses, our children, our close family unit. So this is also talking about, though, that it could be an energy of, because you have a lot of change wanting to come in here. This could be talking about, like, for instance, let's say you purchased a house and it was 5 years ago and it was the perfect decision. You got it for a really good price. You've lived in it, you've enjoyed living there, but now the circumstances for you and your family have changed. If you don't have a family, they've changed for you, especially if there's been disappointment in love. There could be divorce or whatever. And now this asset, because it is an asset, you've had it for 5 years, you've made the payments on it. This is talking about, it is still an asset, but it feels burdensome to you because now you want to sell it. Maybe the market is soft and you have to, it needs painting, it needs a little bit of fixing up. Plus you have to find a realtor. It's a lot of work to sell a house. So this is where you need to make decisions. How can I give myself less work, and is there something I could do to make it better? Like perhaps you could hire someone to paint the house. Maybe you could, when you get a realtor, you could get them to stage it so you could start packing already and get ahead of the curve. That sort of energy. So consult with others and doing whatever you need to lessen your burden so that you can focus on the harvest that you bring home. Essentially, this is saying, do not quit now. A lot of people quit right before they're getting home because of that. They can't see the outcome. They're so tired and exhausted from the journey and carrying other people's burdens that they don't make it to the finish line. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor. So this is the past, the present, and the future all coming together in synchronicity to support you. This is an upgrade. And this is Sagittarius energy. This is ruled by that Jupiter energy that I talked about in the House of Cancer, where this energy, the Chariot, is sitting. And that's what the full moon is in. So we have a lot of energy wanting to support you in moving forward in a strong way in love and in your career, which is exactly what this full moon is about. So you're right on track, even if you feel like you're not, or you could be. So the Wheel of Fortune is the past, the present, and the future synchronizing to come into the now moment. And so this is about happening on the spiritual realm and coming down to the planet. And this is, okay, it's arrived. So the Wheel of Fortune is starting to turn. And this is talking about you being able to have a new energy coming in with this energetic upgrade. And on this wheel, this is actually 3 wheels. And we have, on one of the wheels, we have the Hebrew letters for the name of God. And that's a tetragrammaton. The tetragrammaton is actually a sacred geometric symbol. And it represents the energy of equalized energy, like perfect balance. And it's about divine order and things coming back into the order that they need to be in divine order, in God's time, in God's plan. So this is saying you're now on the Chariot. Put down any burdens. Put down, because karma is about to come in for anyone that has caused this energy. And if you don't put down the burdens now, the karma is going to hit you as well, and you're going to miss out on this upgrade that is headed your way. Or you'll get some of it, but not the whole deal. So you want to make sure that you look after that energy. And then we have the King of Cups energy here. So the King of Cups is talking about love coming in. The King of Cups is the most likely of all the 4 kings to be in the minor arcana. He's the most likely to be someone that is going to offer a strong cup of love. Sometimes this energy can also talk about paternal energy. We just had Father's Day yesterday as I'm doing this reading. So that energy is about, if your father has crossed the veil, this could be also representing an energy of him saying, you deserve love. I've been watching over you. That for a lot of people with Father's Day, if they've crossed the veil, we're thinking about them. We miss them. Everybody else is celebrating Father's Day with their fathers, and we're thinking about them across the veil. He's also thinking about you across the veil. That's the energy that I'm picking up. And so the King of Cups is representing a solid love offer. What's important to recognize here is he's sitting out on this slab of cement out on his throne, and he has this energy of all this water around him. It's really chaos, like agitated water, and this can be talking about having a lot of emotion right now, mixed in emotions, and it also can be talking about a lot of chaos happening in your life, and yet he's in the eye of the storm. It's saying be like the King of Cups, calm your emotions down. especially with this moon coming up. And you might be thinking like, why am I so emotional? It could have a lot to do with the moon and Mercury in retrograde, misunderstandings in communication, etc. So this is in your partnerships, commitments, and spousal energy. So, this is affecting, especially with Mercury in retrograde on the same day. It's, and Mercury will be in retrograde, and it is also in the sign of Cancer. So it's the same energy as the full moon. It has a lot of emotional power to it. And so also it's talking about Mercury in retrograde. Mercury comes out of retrograde on July 23rd. Now is a great time to just remain calm, and instead of like trying to step out and do something new right now, you're better off just taking the time to regroup, to really, really, go within yourself, rest a little bit, hand off responsibilities that you can hand off so that you have a little bit more time for yourself so you can think clearly. And just recognize that now's a good time to do your research. Like if you're moving, which is the best neighborhood, research which is the best realtor. It's that sort of energy. If you're looking for a new position somewhere in your career, investigating the different companies that you might want to work for, and all of that energy, like getting ready so that when Mercury is more supportive of new energy coming in, you'll be able to just move forward and really in a strong way. And then we have, there's been a loss of money here. If this is about a relationship that was significant, it definitely can affect your lifestyle. Pentacle energy is talking about it's health, wealth, and happiness in the third dimensional world. But it's also, it is represented by the coin because it's matters of the earth. And, of course we need money to be able to do well on planet Earth. But having said that, you could have all the money in the world, and if you don't have your health and you don't have love in your life, you're not going to be living your best lifestyle. So this is about lifestyle, but this person is looking like, what happened to my lifestyle? What happened to my money? Why? This person is someone who's actually quite successful. There's only 10 pentacles in the tarot. So, 7 is a substantial amount. And this is talking about someone who's used to being successful, but things just don't seem to be working out these days. And this energy is, he's been working on a project or whatever it is you've been working on, and the result isn't what it normally would be. And he's wondering, like, what am I doing wrong? What's going wrong here? Like, why can't I make this happen? And it could have something to do with the fact that there were a lot of planets moved into your sign in the last year, but in particular in the last 3-4 months. At really the beginning of the new year, bang, all of a sudden there was all these planets moving into the sign of Aries. And one of those that is really significant is Neptune. Neptune is a very large planet. It takes a long time to move into the next sign, 14 years. And Neptune was in the sign of Pisces for the last 14 years until about a month and a half ago. And then it moved into your sign, into Aries. And Neptune is like the senior executive. It's about a water sign that's really like more idealistic. And, it's about our approach to life. Like, how do we approach relationships? How do we approach business? How do we approach life in general? And the Neptune energy is a little more dreamy and idealistic. It's happy in Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Neptune. But it moved into your sign now, and Aries is the infant of the zodiac. It's the very first sign. It's a fire sign, and it's about taking action. And look at how much a baby learns in the first year alone. It's about having that drive. A newborn baby is they're so little and helpless, yet they rule the whole house. If you've ever had one, everybody's running around. Why is the baby crying? It's that type of energy. So for the last 14 years, you have probably been doing things a certain way and got comfortable. And this always works for me when it comes to business. If I'm launching a project, I do it in these steps, and it works. It's taken you a while to figure it out, but it works. It works for you. Now, Neptune moved into Aries, and you have to learn that all over again. And there couldn't be probably two more opposite signs. The last one and the first one, water, fire. You know, water can put out fire. And so this is talking about having to do things a slightly different way, or maybe even making substantial changes in the way you do it, and relearning what's going to work for the next 14 years. So it's not just like, oh, this is only for a month or two or even a year. This is like for the next 14 years, Neptune is going to be in the sign of Aries. And so you might need to tweak the way you do things so that they work out for you and you're as successful as you were in the past. And you're not starting from new. You've learned all of that, how to do things in Neptune. It's kind of like when your phone, you know, when you have your cell phone and it does an update, and you want to scream because you just figured out how to use it, and now you have to use it, learn how to use it all over again. But then sometimes you admit, oh, some of these things actually work better. So it's like that. It feels like an inconvenience, but some of it is good. Some of it maybe is kind of useless and it's irritating, but whatever. You know, you don't have control of that, so you have to work with the energy that you have. This is in transition. So I do feel that this energy is affecting you. You're in the sign of Aries. It's going to affect you for sure. Absolutely, it's going to affect you. And it's also probably affecting Libra. This moon they're going to be feeling it as well because they're opposing you in the wheel. So we have the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is talking about seeds that you've sown, this energy here. And now feeling like, okay, I have done quite well. This is the Six Pentacles that you have here, but not making what you thought you managed to hang on to it, I'm getting, but it didn't, you got a little bit out of it, but not anywhere near what you were used to, the results you're used to when you put your energy into something. So that's okay. This is about feeling breadcrumbed. This energy can also talk about giving charity because you know you're better off than some people around you. But this can be maybe you're giving to this person because your discernment is telling you this person is going to use it wisely and they need it. And this person, they're a grifter. They have something in their pocket already. You have the scales of justice hanging above someone. So this could represent someone that you were giving money to. This could represent your partner because of this disappointment in your love or in your career. Energy, peers, whatever this energy is. It could be inner circle people that have been using your money and risking your money rather than their own. And so this can be talking about this breadcrumbing energy and having the learning about that. The illusions and hidden secrets come out with the full moon. And so this is in your energy of higher knowing now. And I forgot to get the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck for the external forces. So this is the external forces coming towards you now. And we have unfair competition. Dang, this card has been coming up so often in my readings in the last 2 or 3 weeks. It doesn't matter how much I shuffle. It's just, you're there, you're still there. So unfair competition, immature competition. I call this my Mean Girls card. This is like immature competition. You think about narcissistic cheerleaders, maybe grade 6 to grade 10. They're at a competition and they want to win that trophy. They're used to winning the trophy. But there's a new team in town and the new team is better than them. And they can tell they're better than them. And they're like, man, we still have to have that trophy. And if they don't succeed by whatever means, their mothers will pull strings in the backwards to make sure they do. And so it's when a person thinks that the competition, an immature attitude about competition. When we mature, we start to realize, wait a minute, the competition is really within ourselves, no matter what we're competing for or who we're competing against, whether that be in a sporting event or if it's like for a job position, or some people might even feel like the need to compete over a lover. So this is the type of energy where you want to recognize, hey, like I have control over this, even though it's an external force, these people coming towards me. Sometimes this is the only card in the tarot where there is, adolescents fighting with each other like this. And so this can sometimes talk about sibling rivalry, that type of energy. And it can be, when you think about it, if you go out into a competition and everybody on the team just decides, okay, we're going to watch we're not going to win the trophy this time around, but we're going to watch and learn from that team. We're going to learn from the competition, and then we're going to practice. And if we can even be 1% better than we were, and everyone does that on the team, it's going to add up. And the next time we go out there, we'll have that move and we'll be that much better and we'll win that trophy. We're determined we're going to do so. So you start to recognize the competition is really within yourself. Can you keep your shift together under pressure? And so this immature attitude about competition has been coming in like almost every reading lately. And so I think it's because of this Neptune energy moving. Everybody's like, what's going, like kind of panicking almost. Why isn't the same old, like, why can't I make this work? Like it really lowers people's confidence. And so having an understanding of what's really going on can really, empower you right now. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. So look at this. Now we have some real money coming in. See, look at this. When you quit giving away your power, basically. Now, look at, she has her hand on 6 Pentacles, and now she has 3 instead of just 2 here. To put this into context, 10 of Pentacles is the ultimate. So that's billionaire, trillionaire. This would be multimillionaire. 8 would be millionaire. This would be about 700K. So we're not talking about a small amount of money here. This is talking about, she keeps her hands on this 6 of Pentacles because she knows, I have to look after my own needs first. I have to improve myself. The best investment I can make is in myself. And knowing who to give to and who not to. How much of your time, your money, and your energy do you want to invest in a project, in someone else? And how much do you need to keep for yourself to make sure that you have enough to make, meet your responsibilities, pay your bills, pay, for business, for work, for home life. And the best, like to educate yourself, to upgrade yourself. And so this energy here, now there's 3 Pentacles here. So we have enough maybe to make another investment that's high risk, but if it's successful, it's really going to improve our financial portfolio. And if it doesn't, it's not going to affect our ability to be able to proceed forward. One could be for charity, and then another one for saving up for like that special vacation or a new car. Maybe that's what you're looking at, a new vehicle. This is pre-Empress energy. This is saying that you've really learned a lot from back here. Just by changing your attitude, basically, about competition. Wow, that's pretty empowering, isn't it? Maybe now, maybe after this round, people are all going to get it. We'll all understand it better. This is, Nikola Tesla. This always reminds me of Nikola Tesla. He'd say, if you knew the beauty of the 369, you would have the key to the universe. And look at, she has a falcon here saying she has the foresight to understand this ratio of knowing how much to give to others and how much she needs to be able to continue to be able to give to others. You have to invest in yourself as well. And there's sometimes where you do have to put yourself first. This energy is talking about our career and reputation. So, wow, that's really powerful information. You've been sabotaged in the past, I feel, from external forces. This is not like a little bit of sabotage. This is like this energy here. once you understand what's been going on and you put those burdens down from others, then, you could have as many as 5 wands here that are not, that they've been reaping the benefits of your harvest rather than you. I feel like it's almost like half and half energy. At least 4 of them anyway are from other people. And they could be in your inner circle. This is talking about being stabbed in the back, left for unalive, laying on the ground there and feeling like I don't even want to get back up. Now, this can quite often, this is like the light at the end of the tunnel energy. Sometimes it can be this eclipse energy that it's representing. And sometimes it can be about this dark night of the soul, right? And so we have both here. And so this is saying, you've been sabotaged, stabbed in the back, people smiling in your face and then backstabbing you. This can represent, this could have been going on for a decade or more. It is the 10 card. This also can represent, which is talking about a new beginning, by the way. So we have this energetic upgrade, this and the Wheel of Fortune turning. You need to lose some friends, frenemies. Some people, this could be one person doing it to you 10 times. I feel this is more than one person. I feel it might have to do with your, like this, being disappointed in all 3, like partners, family members, and your spouse. That if you have one, because we have new love coming in, and this is more solid cup. Plus, if your father has crossed the veil, he's watching over and pissed off. He's like, if I was down there right now, I would, I'd have somebody on the ground right now. So this is talking about they'd be on the ground, not you. That's the energy I'm picking up. And yeah, he's like, unbelievable. And this is talking, so it could be 10 different people, or it could even be 10 groups of people. This is a lot of money. This is multi-million, this is a huge lifestyle. So you've had that type of energy in the background. Get up. This is like, don't quit now. Put down burdens that don't belong to you. This is coming from your external forces. You need to deal with this so that you're not carrying it. So if you haven't done it yet, hurry up, because the Wheel of Fortune's trying to turn for you. You're not going to receive the benefits that you should if you're carrying the burdens of other people, no matter how much you care about them. And yeah, look at this. And they're freaking out because they're, oh my gosh, she's about to, or he's about to put the burdens down. And now we're going to get, now everything that happened, it's the hidden illusions and the secrets are coming out. That's this position right here. Anything hidden, secrets coming out, skeletons coming out of the closet, actions that people have taken. This is information coming in, communication coming in. This is the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is panicking, basically. The Knight of Swords is sometimes considered a fool rushing in, or someone that's running from something. And I feel definitely what he's running from here is this energy here. Oh my gosh, they found out what we were doing in the background. It's been exposed. We are in trouble. He's trying to, we've got to let everybody know, like, what are we going to do? We have to have a meeting. This is talking about you receive some sort of information. Now, this could be actual communication. In the old days, the knight would deliver communication from kingdom to kingdom, and the only way would be in person. This could be, you could get a phone call, a text message. You might get, this could be representing the energy of, an email coming through. Sometimes this is an investigation, hidden cameras. This can be like a legal or an illegal investigation. So hidden cameras and, hidden microphones, that private detective, that sort of energy. This is also talking about, like, the Knight of Swords doesn't have, we can only see half his sword. And so he might only have half the information, Or this could be talking about like we can't see the point, and maybe he's like, oh my God, you can see the point, and we're like now like they're panicking. There's a big red flag on the back of his helmet. This is talking about, you know, the jagged sky is talking about a lot of cutthroat energy. The horse is totally stressed out. The horse represents heartfelt energy and passion, and he's running against the wind through barren land. So this is a lot of stress, a lot of people panicking because you have found out the truth about what was happening behind your back, which is the reason why you did not have the lifestyle or the money coming in on what you've been working at, because they've been busy burdening you behind the scenes. There's a lot of legal energy here. We do have, just going around here, you know, we have the hidden illusions and secrets coming out. This sometimes can represent the police, law and order coming in, justice being served, karma being, people being hit by karma, having to put down those burdens and find out what's really going on. The Wheel of Fortune's turning in your favor. This energy is like, this isn't like people sort of kind of didn't like you. This is like a concerted effort to keep you down. And it's a blessing in disguise. It's saying this cycle is over. That's what this is saying. That's what this is saying. So, you know, and an energetic upgrade coming in. Yes, listen to your intuition and recognize, really make a point of being calm here, because this is a lot of information and you could be very upset. Having said that, you're going to be way better off with the truth coming in. And but the thing is, you want to control your emotions. You don't want to be all erratic and be freaking out, and you know, that's what they want you to do. You want to remain calm. They're hoping you'll just get so upset that maybe you just won't ever get back up again. So you need to keep your shift together to deal with the competition in a mature way. It's going to be a challenge to do so. There's a lot of energy here. I'm going to clarify this for those of you who want clarification. If you feel like, no, I've got it. I've got some shift I need to go take care of right now. That's good, but do it calmly and recognize that, you know, if it's not showing up yet, prepare yourself. Start looking into things. If you need to hire a private detective, do so. You know, look into this, research, and just, you know, so that you're ready if, you know, with this Mercury in retrograde energy. I do hope this has been beneficial for you. You know, thank you for your likes, comments, and also for your subscribes. I really appreciate it. It's helping me to build my channel. And I'm going to clarify now with my oracle. So this painting is from my oracle. My oracle, this is a series of 12. We did a painting for each of the horoscopes, talking about the energy of the sign. And this energy, from the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, I'm just going to lay these out. I started working on this in 2007, 2020. I completed all 64 paintings. Some of them are very big dragon paintings, 3 feet by 4 feet, about 35 of them. So it took me a while. And I'm just working on it now. The numbers on these cards to bring it out as an oracle. But I'm just kind of playing with it because I'm enjoying learning more from it. The numbers on these cards represent the paintings in my oracle as they're listed in the gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. I'll put them in the order that they are here so that you can go back there and look if you want. It'll be in the description box below, all the information you need. All right, we do have shooting star. So this is talking about the chakra, the base chakra, survival instinct. And that, you know, I feel like there's quite a bit of that here. So this is about having a really good attitude, understanding that, you know, attitude can get you really far. You could wish upon a star, but that means you don't have it as of yet. You don't want to just sit there under this tree, disappointed for the rest of your life. You want to find out, you know, have a good attitude about it, move forward and say, I deserve to have this energetic upgrade, and I deserve to have the Wheel of Fortune turn in my favor. Lack of awareness. Never underestimate the power of willful ignorance. A lot of times when people, like when we feel like people think, oh, they're so naive or whatever, it's just because we don't want to see things about people we love that are hard to see. And so I have come to the conclusion after doing all these readings lately that love is actually blind. It's not just a saying. We don't want to see something about people we love. We won't see it until we're forced to. This Aries energy, when astrological signs, horoscope signs come into my readings, I'm not talking about individual people. I'm talking about the energies, the state of being of each sign. That can give us a lot of information. If you ever get your chart done, you have all the signs in there somewhere, or most of them, if not, are represented. So what you want to do is, use this energy to learn from it. We can learn about ourselves and we can learn about others. That in your own personal reading, looking at this, you might say, no, Colette, there's an Aries and a Libra. Now, the Libra energy, I feel, is coming up because that's opposing you. Remember what I said about Libra? It's opposing your Aries energy. It's right across the wheel from you. So this is talking about all that new energy coming into the sign of Aries, and you're feeling it. And the falling star energy, falling and failing in love is a matter of I. When this is saying, it's saying you need to look after your heart. You need to take a look at this and recognize that there's times when you need to look after yourself. You have to love yourself first before other people, and teach people how to treat you, basically. We have the energy of hidden illusions, and on that energy we have that's on hidden illusions. So this could be saying there were secrets and hidden illusions in your love life, as well as maybe friends in that. And definitely we have that energy here. Surrender, this is definitely going to God and saying, this is too much for me. I need to, this is about using your intuition and prayer to go inward so that you can really get a grip on what's going on here. And remember, the Hermit energy does represent this Mercury retrograde energy. So it's talking about taking the time to go inward and really look into things before publicly going out there. And like, if it's saying control your temper. Aries has, can be really rammy energy. That's why your glyph is the ram. And it's talking about, how do babies come in? Head first. And so you want to really do your best to control your emotions right now. They're going to be high, I feel, like with this moon and with the Mercury in retrograde and with the energy of this reading. If a lot of this resonates with you, you're going to be emotional more than likely. Denial, what I don't know won't hurt me. That's again this love is blind, now like once you know, then you have the facts. You're much better to be able to move forward, put down burdens that don't belong to you, and find ways to ease the burdens that you are carrying. The Chariot, it's already happening on the spiritual realm. It's happening fast. Look at how that is saying, put down the burdens and it'll happen even faster. Don't be in denial anymore. The Libra energy, it's interesting. It could be saying, it's about that Venus energy. Libra is ruled by Venus, but Libra is talking about being mature enough to be able to make commitments in marriage. And maybe you were young and bickering with your partner a lot, if you do have one, and it is about that type of energy. And now that you're more mature and you learn from this, you could have a new love coming in that will be much more suitable for your true nature. And so for the external forces, the underlying energy, father figures, look at your dad is saying, oh, if I was down on the earth, I'd have them down on the ground. Someone would be kissing the ground. They wouldn't be kissing a third party. They'd be kissing the earth. That's what he's saying. So, yeah. And sometimes this could represent, you could be a father. This could be about your father, and it could also be about someone that you consider a father figure, or this could represent the father of your children, an external force coming in. We have the moon showing up here, reckless abandon. Discipline your mind to have freedom. That's WRECK, reckless abandon. Moving forward on your path here. Look at, this is where the falling and failing in love is a matter of make sure that you control your temper here as much, and your mind. Like, don't let your mind run. Look into it. Take the time for yourself right now to figure out what happened here. Get as much of the facts together. Hire a lawyer if you need to. Do what you need to be in place before you go out there publicly with this. Basically, keep this to yourself until you, know what action you're going to take. And then we have degradation. This is, the shame doesn't, like, you might be feeling like, oh my God, all these people knew about this. All these people were, how stupid am I? And it could really, but that was the whole point, is when this many people get together to do this to someone, they're trying to degrade your energy. And it's because they wanted to use they were using your money, risking everything of yours to get ahead. And now they see this new potential coming in and they're panicking. They're the ones who are panicking. You're not. The quieter you stay right now, the more work you get done and the more organized you get, the better off you're going to be. Let them panic. They should be panicking because Gemini, Uranus moved into Gemini about a month and a half ago. And Uranus hasn't been in Gemini since 1941 to 1949. When World War II and the aftermath. And look at, we're still dealing with the truths of that time. And that's the energy, both globally and individually, the truth is coming out. And that's what, and Gemini is going to be there for the next, till 2033, for the next 7.5 to 8 years. Uranus is a pain in the butt for people who are on the wrong side of the law. They're going to be caught, but if you're on the right side, this is going to be a blessing for you. This is going to upgrade your career and reputation. And I do feel that your mother could be worried about you, but I feel that this energy is more talking about the concern that people have on the planet right now. And especially with Mercury in retrograde, everything goes kind of wacky as far as the communication, and then throw a full moon in the house of Cancer on it on top of everything else. It's pretty, and look at, we have an Emperor here. This is about high level performance. So this can be talking about, there was a lot of energy from people with authority that were putting the energy into this. So just understand that bullies don't bully people that aren't worth bullying. So whatever's going on, I feel that there's people that are had the ability to be able to do this, that we're working together, because this is a lot of coin or a big lifestyle, or it's something that's going to, like, now they're panicking because they're about to be exposed here. And it's not you really who's exposing them, it's the universe and God. And Uranus, as I said, can be a pain in the butt for people who are not doing what they're supposed to be. They're not on their destined path, and they're doing their best to take advantage of others. We do have trauma. Yeah. Understand that if you're feeling a lot of panicky energy right now, take a deep breath, because that's them panicking. That's what you're feeling. You've been carrying the burden for them for a while. So just take a deep breath. Understand that there's when people panic, they're either going to fight, and so they might come out and be like really, aggressive, or they're going to run. That might even mean that they're trying to leave the country, depending on what's going on here. And this could be, it's just stuck energy. There's nothing, like, there's no way that they can fix this. It's coming out. It's already coming out. They can see it coming out. That's the energy. And the hidden secrets, it's sitting right in that hidden secrets. So the trauma does not, you might feel traumatized when this comes out, but the drama belongs to them. So life's a slice, hold the drama. You let them deal with it. This is really important, that you don't carry the burden for them. All right, I'm going to let this one go. I do hope this has been a benefit for you. Thank you for your likes, your comments, and shares, and also subscribes. I really appreciate them. Bye for now.